Good evening, everyone. It's Virginia Schmidt coming at you from Divinity Ranch. How are you guys? Let's just take a minute, take a moment, and take a nice grounding breath together here before we even dive into anything else. Even if this is the only part of the video you watch, just taking a deep, conscious belly breath, expanding your belly on the inhale. And exhaling, pulling the belly button toward the spine. Just letting your weight sink into your heels if you're standing, or into your sits bone if you're sitting, or if you're laying down, into every part of the surface that's supporting your body. It's taking a moment to arrive. So often I'm realizing now I'll be talking to people and, they're going at a very fast beat or rhythm, or they're caught up in something, and it's like, wait, if we're really going to be able to talk about this, let's come back to center, come back to a grounding breath, come back to the breath, come back to the moment. So thanks for gratitude, from your big self to your little self, for taking the time to do that and connect with all that is. And I really want to thank you guys if you're watching this video on Divinity Ranch. I want to thank all of my subscribers. I got a notification that I now have over 500 subscribers. Thank you to all of you who have been on this journey with me. That started out as Divinity School and is turning into Divinity Ranch, for which the mission statement is a community of healing. I think it's connecting a community of healing, connecting and facilitating a community of healing. And facilitating, I looked up that word yesterday, by the way, it just means to make things easier. So I want to make it easier for people to understand how we can heal, and how to connect to the people who can help us heal, and how to share resources, and how... Can you guys hear that wind also in this video? It's so powerfully windy here right now. There's a lot of power going on, and new moon vibes and all of that. So I just want to thank all of you guys so much for being here, for being in this community. And I realize that there has been some energy in this community that could be perceived as needing to defend against, I will say. And this has been something that's just been coming up in my life a lot. And I want to share this with you guys. So our challenge, and at first it really, I got really sad about it, because I was thinking, I really want this whole community that I'm creating. I'm not creating though, connecting. I think connecting is a better word, that I'm connecting to be one of love and positivity and tranquility and healing. And, here's this sort of negative energy coming in. My dogs went inside. Oh, it's so windy. Ooh. And so having this thought of, I need to protect that. I need to stop that. I can't allow that to be there, or I need to explain myself more. Or I need to sort of police this. And I'm on my own journey. I'm on my own journey of learning to communicate better, and learning to protect myself, learning to be discerning, learning that it's okay to have boundaries. So what I've realized is that the ability which I have to respond, or in this way, the message I have to share, the best thing that I can do for people is not to, whether it's children or animals or friends, but not to prevent them, to save them from, to protect them from situations that could possibly be difficult or triggering, but to share the message that we are all okay in every situation, no matter what happens. We are all okay in this present moment, in every situation, no matter what happens. And, you know, again, if you think to yourself, oh, well, it must be easy for me to say that. Well, first of all, I have a long ways to go on this journey. That is my goal. But we have people that we can emulate, who I've talked about before on this channel, who explain it to us in the most extreme of terms, be it historically or symbolically, like Jesus or like Viktor Frankl, of no matter what is thrown at you, whether you're put in a Nazi concentration camp or crucified on a cross, which are both things that are so much more challenging than anything I've ever been through, you don't lose your cool. No one can take your tranquility, your self-love, your self-acceptance, your connection with God, your knowledge that your awareness of being is God, your intention, the quality of the energy that you are bringing. This is not about words or actions. Only you know the integrity of the quality of the energy that you are bringing. Only you know that. Things are not always what they seem. And we seek to blame others and attack others and put the responsibility on others. But what the real test is can we keep our peace and find our love in every situation? What I am rich in is the peace that passeth all understanding. And there is no situation that can take that away from me, no matter how extreme it is. I am okay. I am safe. I am peaceful. And I don't need anyone else to give that to me. And so I want to thank all of you for being part of this community, because as it grows, and it will, because what I'm seeking to do is just connect this energy to help heal ourselves and each other and the earth. And I know that that's the truth of my intention, and that it will grow. And so I ask us in this community and in our lives, when we encounter dissidence, to remain in the integrity of love and peace. We can consciously choose love and peace inside. That's where love and peace matters. Not the actions, not the actions on the outside, not the words. Because words are one thing, intention is another. And what we're teaching each other is that no matter what words are used, no matter what energy is brought forth, no matter what seemingly attacking actions, and we know, right, that every insult is only a call for help. Every act of hate is only a call for love. So no matter what is brought to the table, we inwardly choose love. And then from there, we consider our responsibility. But let us teach each other that the path is to stay connected, is not that none of this stuff happens on the outside. Not that there's not adversity and triggering and people here to help us grow and people here to teach us the things that we need to learn more. Like, a big thing that I am learning is being discerning. Being discerning and clear in my expectations of boundaries from the beginning. That's a big thing that I'm going through in my personal life, and I'm doing really deep work with that. I'm doing really, really deep work with that, and I know where my intentions are at and where my heart is at. Only I know that. And only you know that with your heart and your actions. And I bring that up because that's part of the reason why none of us can ever judge another. And you guys, we can we can begin to learn to trust ourselves in this stuff, like the stuff with being discerning, as far as energetically asking ourselves how, and just, or even just paying attention, observing to how things make you feel. Whether it's an action or words, checking into the energy of that. Is this strong or is this weak? You can muscle test yourself, you know. If it's strong, if you're doing a standing muscle test, if it's strong, I can read something, I can hold a book. Here's a book I have on my table, the Numerology Bible. Is this a yes for me? Is this strong for me? Is this something positive and forward moving for me? Yes. You know, and I could hold something, maybe this. Is this good for my body? You know, that's a no. By the way, it's a no. But we can ask ourselves that. We can hold things in our hands, and muscle testing is just an outward symbol of what our subconscious and our innate intelligence knows. And I'm sharing this with you guys because I'm saying we know the truth of intention behind things. We know where people are really coming from. And we can be more discerning and trusting our own wisdom of what the best, if we have the responsibility, which we have the responsibility for anything that is coming to us in our experience. And we can ask ourselves, you know, what the best course of action is. We can ask ourselves, is the energetic energy here that this person is intending to share strong or weak? And from there, is it best to interact or not? We can sense what intentions are, like intentions of unconditional love, acceptance, willingness to learn and grow and accept things and people as they are without condition. Is very different than helplessness and conditional love and putting responsibility on anyone but yourself, actually. No one else has responsibility for the things that come into your awareness. No one else except you can respond to your awareness of those things. And if what you're bringing forth is anything on the spectrum below neutral of anger, judgment, guilt, shame, jealousy, violence, envy, then awesome, that's a learning moment. That's not a time to be justified. It's a learning moment of, wow, Hopono Ono Ono, thank you. Thank you for this moment of realizing I was triggered by this. So for this chance of atonement, I'm sorry that I harbored incorrect data around this, and perhaps therefore, you know, had detrimental expectations and attachments. Please forgive me. Please forgive me for those. And I love you. I love you. But let's remember that real love takes place in here. That's where our intention comes from. The truth of intention cannot be hidden. Whatever words, accusations, justifications, even actions that we want to put out there, if there's condition, if it's not coming from a pure place, that what we really share with each other is the energetic truth of our intention. And we can keep the integrity of our intention no matter what's thrown at us, no matter what negative energies, no matter what challenges. That is our challenge. Everything is here to help us grow, and we've all agreed to help each other grow in the ways that we're agreeing to. If someone's doing something to you that feels difficult, it's not their fault. They're here to help you grow. And a really, really important thing for me that is helping me grow is knowing and trusting in my own integrity despite what anyone throws at me. In the face of people saying the meanest possible things, the meanest, lowest possible interpretations from me as viewed from the lens of those emotions. I've struggled with people pleasing my whole life. It's not sustainable, and it's totally against the point. Like, I'm keeping myself from, if I'm avoiding those things of, if I need everyone to understand me perfectly and everyone to like me and everyone to know I'm coming from a good place, and I'm allowing all of my energy to go to that place, that's not sustainable. Why am I wasting all that energy when I know the integrity? And of course, continually checking in and taking responsibility for that integrity, getting better and growing and acknowledging where I've made mistakes, but not doing it to appease anyone else, because the only person who can give me the approval that I'm looking for is myself. I don't need outside circumstance. I don't need everyone to like me or agree with me or not throw conflict at me to know that I am doing my best to keep my intention as loving and my energy as balanced and appropriate in that way as possible. So I really want to thank all of you guys for being here through some of the first negativity that has come into this channel. But as our community grows, that's going to happen sometimes. And the point isn't for us to like hide that or get away from that. Also not to enable it though, right? Because we all have lessons to teach each other in places where if any of the energy that you're putting out is blame of others, you need to turn that back on yourself. And I feel that I can absolutely say that because I practice that every day in every situation. And when I'm forgetting, I'm coming back to it. Like, if anyone is yelling things at me, that's a mirror of insecurities that I still need to work on. And I don't need to engage with them at that level to be able to take accountability and responsibility for that. Oh, that's an interesting reflection. Okay, I still have that to work on. I'm glad I know where that's coming from, and I'm glad that got brought up, because I am actually developing the ability now to stay calm in the midst of, to stay calm and grounded in the midst of going through things that I would have avoided at all costs before, like the potential of someone misunderstanding me, thinking ill of me. People are gonna think ill of you, but only the people who are still in that place of not realizing that what we truly think, or to whatever degree we're at, because I'm not all the way there, but of any degree that we're at, of not realizing that everything that we think of another is only a reflection of what we think of some aspect of ourselves. So let's all take responsibility for ourselves. Let's do it. What responsibility do you have right now? What's a responsibility that you could be taking towards yourself right now that you've been trying to project out on others? Like, for me, even just tonight, I was in a super frustrating situation with somebody, and then it became empowering because I took responsibility for, like, you know what? There are all of these ways in which I feel that this has not been done right, but I take responsibility for not having asked to have a meeting much sooner, and I'm gonna ask now. I can take that responsibility now. I can be justified in all of the things that blaming someone else outside of myself, or I can ask myself, well, what responsibility do I have right now? I still have the ability to respond by asking that this situation be taken to my level, by asking them to come up to this energy. That being said, not everyone's going to want to come there. They might have said no, but at least I know that I acted with integrity at that point. And, if someone hasn't acted, if you don't feel that someone has acted with integrity towards you, check your integrity towards the thoughts that the energy that you've sent out to them and how you've acted towards them. And also check your integrity, make your integrity pure, and then be patient. Because if you don't feel that integrity has been met there, but you're really truly vibrating from like love integrity on your end, then be patient. because it will come. But we all need to take responsibility. We all desire, that's why we're here. We all desire to take responsibility for everything. Responsibility, power for everything that's going on in our lives. That's why we came here as humans, to learn. So thank you guys so much for being here. Let's help each other through the negative times. Enlightenment is not getting rid of all the negative things on the outside. It's being able to stay in that literally positive charge, loving place and vibration, even in the midst of negativity. And then sharing that to strengthen others in the midst of any negativity. It's not for everything to be perfect on the outside. It's to have peace and tranquility, like that actual vibration, frequency, emittance that you are bringing, no matter what is coming before you in your awareness. You have the ability to respond. You have the responsibility of love and tranquility, no matter what comes at you. And only you can know the integrity of giving that love and tranquility vibe, of activating that and emanating that from within you. So let's do this, guys. Let's up our standard. If you haven't already, please like this video, leave your comments. I want to hear what you guys have to say. If you liked this video, like it. And hit the subscribe button. I have a subscribe button now because I have someone helping me with my social media now. So I love you guys very much. This is Virginia Schmidt from Divinity Ranch, and I am sending you guys bouquet. And I'm sending you guys bouquet of flower vibes. And here's just a little sign off. Mwah.